Hey there everyone, this is Seb and I'm going to take you on a prehistoric adventure in Lost Eden, so let's go and play this thing. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who has voted to help me decide on what version to play, and as you can see, the CDI version came out on top. It was really close for a while, but then CDI took a considerable lead and never looked back. So this is the version we're stuck with, and it's a good thing in one way, and that is because the presentation is much better than the MS-DOS version. No pixelated graphics here, and also the music will sound much better. And that's a really good thing, because this game has one of the best soundtracks ever in my opinion. It's one gaming soundtrack I like to really listen to off gaming as well, and it's still being sold, so if you're a collector of gaming soundtracks, then I highly recommend you picking this one up because it's really good. Anyway guys, to give you a taste of the music, I'm going to shut up in the intro because I'll be blabbering through it most of the game anyway. And there are Dutch subtitles, but we'll shut those off after the intro, so enjoy.
My name is Eloy, and I am old. These days, I'm content to look out at the world from high in the White Arch. But when I was younger, I traveled the world and saw many great wonders. And of all the tales I could tell, none is more wonderful than that of Adam, Prince of Mo. In those times, the Tyrant were once again on the rampage, thirsty for blood and carnage. Their leader was the dreaded Marcus Rex. The years of uneasy peace had come to an end. The trust that had once united humans and dinosaurs was lost, and none could stem the pitiless tide that swept down from the north. All the lands, there was but one place of safety, the Citadel at Mo, in the kingdom of Mashar. King Gregor, Adam's father, brooded within the castle's massive walls, unwilling or unable to see that Marcus Rex would never stop until the whole world lay bleeding at his feet. story begins on the very day Prince Adam came of age. I had just arrived at Mo with grave news from the north.
And that's where we start the game. Yeah, that was a pretty long intro, wasn't it? So, yeah, we're in this world where humans and dinosaurs coexist. And this is the game. It's kind of a point-and-click adventure game in the vein of Myst and the Seventh Guest, where you point the cursor in a direction and then you can go there and highlight interactive objects and such. But let's first sort out that subtitle thing. By pressing button 2 you get to the party screen, because this game also has you meet different characters and you get to build a party, and they all have different skills and you have to use them at different times, although it mostly is automatic, but you know, it's still kind of neat, kind of RPG elements there. Anyway, when we click on Adam here, we go to the options screen where we can set the subtitles, and I am going to set it to English since most of you wanted that. Down here you have the tape recorder, which basically allows you to rewind and check out the last conversation you were in, and the restart button, which restarts the entire game, but not the intro for some odd reason. So yeah, I don't think there's any way possible to have that intro without the Dutch subtitles, because it is the version that was sold over here in Holland. So Dutch is the standard language there. Maybe actually when you set the CDI to English, maybe then it does it. I don't know. I'm not gonna test it out. Anyway, let's head to the left here so you can see that. This is completely pointless, but you know, it's there, so let's just have a little circle because that's basically what it is. These transitions are nice and fluid, but don't get too used to them, because a lot of the game doesn't have these actually. But yeah, because of these scenes, and there's also a lot of other computer generated cutscenes in here, because of these, this game does use the digital video cartridge, so if you do not have that installed in your CDI, this game will not play. And again, in the MS-DOS version, these scenes are all present as well, but at a much lower resolution. They are just very pixelated. Anyway, this is the first character we can talk to, the guy with the giant axe, so let's just have a word with him, shall we?
Adam, counselor, monk look for you. King want you in throne room.
Meat fuck. You say, well, simple guy, let's just put it at that. Fuck's awesome though.
Adam not leave. King orders. Thug obey king.
Fug obey. Yeah, you'll hear that a lot from Fug. We'll be seeing more of Fug later on. But right now its only job is to keep us inside of the Citadel, I suppose. And probably intrude us outside of the Citadel. Also, guys, really sorry for taking so long on this one. I have an upscaler in the mail and it just won't arrive, so I figured, you know, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. I mean, not even sure if the upscaler will do me good justice, but yeah, YouTube is really being an ass when it comes to my videos. It doesn't like the way I capture SD footage anymore for some odd reason, because it gives me all kinds of interlacing problems, and they take a lot of effort and just time in general to sort out. Also, my capture card is kind of dying. You might see those little lines across the screen now and then. Yeah, that's because the connector is kind of going dead, and it's not the cable, it's actually the connector of the card. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Hopefully the upscaler will help me to make a better picture quality with my newer capture card, which does not take in SD video for some stupid reason. Oh well. This is Counselor Monk. Kind of weird name. especially since he's not a monk. Even though that would be even more silly. Anyway, let's have a talk with him now.
There you are, my lord. It's me, Monk. Your father asked me to look for you. He would like to see you in the throne room.
I think Adam knew you pretty much his entire life, so you don't have to introduce yourself again, you know. Kinda odd. When you click on someone again, they might say something else.
Your father has a visitor. You ought to get to the throne room.
Even though in this case it's really not relevant at all. Because he pretty much says the same thing. But yeah, if you keep clicking, then eventually they will stop talking. But you can also click away earlier by not clicking on them. Well, let's go into the throne room and see that visitor and the king. And of course, it's Eloy from the intro. Yeah, you get to see this part again. Sorry guys.
Ah, Prince Adam! It's a great honor to meet you.
Nice to see you too again, Eloy.
Adam, my son, I asked old Monk to send you here. I fear this day of your coming of age will not be the joyous occasion we had planned. This is Eloy, and he brings grave news from the north. Eloy?
Just a moment while we load the scene.
My lords, the city of Shamar has been attacked and destroyed by the Tyrant. The humans there have been slaughtered and taken for food. There are few survivors.
That doesn't sound too great.
Shamar destroyed. It seems Murkus Rex and his Tyran hordes will not rest until the whole world has been turned to blood and ashes.
That doesn't sound pleasant at all either.
You see the dangers which lie outside our fortress, Adam. Its mighty walls are all that stand between us and destruction. You must remain within the Citadel. This is my order.
No need to get out of breath out of that, Ollie.
You are my only surviving child, the heir to the throne of Mashar. Your duty is here in the Citadel of Mo, with your people.
Oh, but what kind of fun game would that make? Not at all.
Never forget that your sister and your mother, my beloved Jelana, were murdered not more than 1 day's march from here. The same fate must not befall you.
Yeah, the king is a bit overprotective of Adam. So yeah, that makes for a kind of boring game, doesn't it? Let's see if Eloy has something else to say.
I may visit you in your room later.
Okay, well, you're welcome, I suppose. We can actually look at the fresco behind the king to get some backstory of this world, which is always nice, of course.
Begging your pardon, my lords, I'm weary. May I take my leave? Perhaps I'll see you again before I leave Mo, Prince Adam.
Bye-bye, Eloy. Keeping his beak open like that. It's not a way to stand in court here. Not court. You know what I mean. I know what I mean. Anyway, this is Murkus Rex. He's awesome. This guy has such an awesome, menacing voice. He's just... you'll come to love him. Anyway, let's have the king explain stuff here.
Murkus Rex, the Tyrann destroyer of men and dinosaurs. The Tyrann killed your mother and your sister Leonore when you were only a few months old. I realized then how foolish we were to dream of resistance.
Yeah, the king has turned into kind of a pushy. And yeah, Marcus Rex, we'll be seeing more of him, of course, because he's the game's antagonist. Anyway, moving on further down into a history of the world.
Your grandfather, the enslaver, tore down the citadels. All of them, save Mo, our home. And all because his thirst for power knew no bounds. The architect's dream was trampled in the dust.
He's the history's douchebag. We'll be hearing more of his deeds later on as well. And they were not good. And finally,
your great-grandfather, the architect, was a mighty builder. It is hard to believe that he built citadels like this one across the world. How he accomplished such wonders, we will never know.
now if that doesn't sound like a plot point, I don't know what else. Of course, we will find out later. Note how he refers to them as Adam's grandfather and great-grandfather. Even though this is supposed to be ancient history, so how the hell does that work? Oh well, I suppose the beginning of man, we did tend to live for hundreds of years. So I guess it kind of makes sense in that respect. I don't know. Anyway, let's go into Adam's room here and meet Eloy again.
Forgive me for entering your room, Prince Adam, but I have a message which should not reach the king's ears.
Ooh, conspiracy. Well, out with it then.
The female Dina wishes urgently to speak with you outside.
And another CDI game that introduces us to a charming female at the start of the game. Well, let's find out more about that.
She has unlocked the gate to the side entrance, so you'll be able to slip out without being seen. It's my duty as a guest of your father to remind you of his wishes.
And such a good job you're doing of that by telling us to do the exact opposite of his wishes. When you talk to him again, you actually get some prezzies, because, you know, it's our coming of age day, so we want prezzies.
I understand you're curious about the world outside. Perhaps you'll find this small stone of interest.
Well, it's nothing really special, can't buy much things for that, but oh well, it's a present. One cool thing about this game is that when you gather items, you can show them to the characters by dragging and clicking with the item on the characters, and it will say different things based on who you're showing them to and what item it is. And I find that really awesome about the game. It really brings everyone alive, that they recognize different items. There are some instances in which case they say the same thing for the exact same item, but in most cases they say different things for different items, which is awesome, I think.
It was given to me by a group of nomads from the east. Allow me to present it to you as a gift for your coming of age. Keep it. It may be useful.
Alright. So yeah, even though most of the items are completely useless to all characters and they have nothing worthwhile to say, they still recognize the item. So, you know, that's really cool. Really helps bring the world to life. Anyway, on to more present gathering, because you know, it's our birthday, so we need some more prezzies. Come on, Monk, what do you got for us?
Ah, Prince Adam, I know you seek knowledge of the world outside the Citadel, but do not judge your father too harshly. Your safety is his prime concern.
Boo-hoo. Oops, and that's...
It is a great pity that the science of building the citadels has been lost. For only with this knowledge can we stand up to the strength of the tyrann.
Yeah, that was an example why I clicked away, where he has more to say when clicking on him.
But alas, your great ancestor's secret has been lost forever. Only here at Mo are we safe from Morcus Rex. If only the great secret could be rediscovered.
If only, if only.
Prince Adam, take this talisman. It is my coming-of-age gift to you. It will give you courage.
Nice. Another present.
I know you long to see the world. You have your mother's driving ambition in your heart. But you must remember, our enemies are everywhere, and we lack the means to drive them back.
So just to demonstrate here, to have him talk about the different items as well.
There is an inscription, but I can't make it out. Most mysterious.
It is. Well, we'll find it out sooner or later.
Even the bravest of men sometimes know fear. One day, if you decide to leave the Citadel, you may need it.
Okay, so yeah, again, I really like that concept. You can also show these items to the king, and he has different things to say to Eloy, and basically to everyone you find. Also Fuck, of course. And this goes for every item you find in the game, and it's really awesome that they have different things all the time. Anyway, guys, this is a nice spot to call this a video, and we'll be back later on with well, to meet Dina and go on and see what she has to say. So until then, guys, take care and see you later.